It's always good to be in Minnesota for Big Ten Women's Gymnastics, and tonight it's going to be outstanding with so much on the line. Last year's Big Ten regular season champs, Iowa, in town, number 13 in the country, 10-4, 5-3 in conference action, taking on last year's Big Ten champions, Minnesota, number 8, 6-5, 4-4 in conference action. How big is this meet? Well, everybody's trying to get in that evening session. Simply put, Iowa wins, they're in. If Minnesota wins, they're in, unless Nebraska pulls a miracle against Michigan. And good afternoon, everyone. Dean Linke alongside four-time Big Ten champion from Michigan, Olivia Karas. Olivia, you know what it means to win a championship. Getting in the evening session is so important.
It's important, and both of these teams want it so badly, but what they really are looking for is to hit 24 for 24 perfect routines and have a great score in their record book for the season.
So Iowa's been changing their lineup. Who do you have your eye on?
You have to talk about Jaquavia Henderson. She was so great last season, but this year she has dialed it up a notch. She is ranked number 2 in the nation on floor, but is such a key contributor for the Hawkeyes across the board on 4 events. Speaking of nationally ranked on floor, Lauren Guerin is ranked number 4 on floor in the country. She is so key on vault and floor for the Hawkeyes. They're looking for big numbers from her. Then there's Adeline Kenlin, the reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Year, is back competing on bars and balance beam. She really brings a lot of confidence and comfort for Iowa on those 2 events.
And Minnesota with that star power with the super seniors.
You cannot talk about Minnesota without mentioning Anna and Lexi. They are both outstanding in their senior season, their super senior season. They are ranked nationally across the board, and they are continuously chasing perfection. Speaking of perfection, Maya Hooten has already been perfect on the floor exercise this season. She has not backed down from her floor throne, but she's looking to contribute on vault and bars as well. And not to mention contribution, there's Hallie Remlinger. She is back from last season being out of competition. She is so key on uneven bars and floor exercise, so make sure to pay attention to her.
Jenny Hansen was a gymnast at Minnesota, now in her 8th season, a 3-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, including 2020 and 2019. One of the nicest people you're ever going to meet as well. And what about Larissa Libby? 22 years overall, 18 years as the head coach. Don't forget, folks, that she was a gymnast in the Olympics in Seoul way back when at just 15 years old, and a star at LSU as well. 2 great coaches, 2 great teams. Alongside Olivia Karas, I'm Dean Linke. Minnesota will have one more home match where they'll truly celebrate their seniors, but tonight they're going to celebrate last year's Big Ten championship. That's the lineup for the vault. They moved it around just a little bit, but it'll be Jex, Gertis, Hooten, Ramler, Loper, and Cook.
Keep an eye on Emily Cook, Dean. I believe she's going to be doing a Yurchenko tucked 1.5, according to warm-ups and some training videos. That could be a key added 10-0 start value for Minnesota.
We've seen Anna Loper and Ramler deliver 10s right here on the Big Ten Network. Don't be surprised if it happens again. Iowa, number 13 in the country. They will get things started on the bars, of course, as the Iowa Hawkeyes, 28th in the nation, and they've got a high of 49.175, led by Allison Steffensmeyer, who will go 5th with that 9.925. Their season average is a 48.788. Greenwald is also in there. Henderson will lead it off, followed by Rogers. Don't forget about McSweeney as well.
Lots of great potential in this bar lineup for Iowa. They really need to hit those handstands and stick those dismounts to keep up to par with what Minnesota's going to be putting up over on vault.
Of course, we'll keep an eye on the all-around throughout the night here. And, of course, Lexi Ramler, number 1 in the nation, obviously number 1 in the conference. She's averaging a 39.621, and she has hit a 39.825. As we get ready to go, Minnesota will get things started on the vault. Marissa Jenks.
Marissa's doing a full twisting Yurchenko. A little trouble there on the landing. That's not exactly the opening vault Minnesota was looking for. Marissa has had some trouble on this event with really dialing in on the landing. She's a nice entry into the table. Looks like she twists off the table a tad bit early, doesn't absorb the landing. She reacts to the mat, so the judges are going to have to take a deduction for that hop, chest down, and a little bit of an under rotation.
Jiang's a freshman from Madison, South Dakota, has competed only 3 times. As we move over to Iowa, and we start with Jerquavia Henderson, featured by Olivia Karas. Her career high is a 9.85, season high twice 9.8. She had a 9.675 at the Big Fives.
Jerquavia really needs to settle into this routine. Good job working through that Maloney. Little bit over on the bail to handstand. It looks like she overcooked it a little bit, but brings it back nicely. Great handstand on the high bar. Looking for a stick here. And a hop backwards. Good start for Jerquavia. A little all over the place, to be completely honest. She didn't settle down entirely in that routine, but that is a hit routine, which is one of the big goals that Iowa mentioned. They want to hit 24 for 24. Just that hop back, but excellent height on the full-out dismount.
Big hug from Larissa Libby. As I mentioned, 18 seasons, and of course winning the regular season a year ago. Now it'll be Gianna Gertis from the state of Ohio. Ironically, her mom went to the same little high school that I went to in Fremont, Ohio, so always love following Gianna Gertis.
Gianna is going to be competing a full twisting Yurchenko. I saw her work 1.5s in warm-up, but I think they're playing it safe today with the full. She's really been working on getting the chest up on the landing, and exactly what they were looking for. Notice how lovely the chest positioning was. Her eyes were directly looking at the vault, not at the ground. That is an excellent vault coming after Marissa Jenks. 9.725. Beautiful positioning in the air. Small little leg adjustment at the end, but great job for Gianna Gertis.
Gianna Gertis may top her career high. She's hit 9.85 2 times, including this season. You're right, her toes move just a little bit, but just a sophomore, she is really emerging for the Golden Gophers. As we push back over to the bars for the Hawkeyes, Ellie Rogers, a junior from the state of Pennsylvania, Cortland High School. Lift, she's got a career high of a 9.875. Her season high is a 9.825 set this year against Penn State. At the Big Five, she had a 9.725.
She had a little bit of trouble on this opening sequence last weekend, the Maloney to Pack Salto that we're about to see, but she really brought it home last weekend at the Big Five Championship with a massive stuck dismount where they really needed it. So hoping to see that similar stuck dismount and really getting the beginning part of the routine under control.
Still waiting on the score for Henderson as they sort that out. Iowa, their high this year on the bars is a 49.175. Minnesota, they're 7th in the country on the vault. Their high is 49.575. As you see, there it is. It's a 9.65 for Henderson.
As I mentioned, a little bit uncontrolled on that opening sequence, which is where the 9.65 score would come from. But this is a great opportunity for Ellie Rogers to really dial it up, hone in, and get them back on track. Little short on her first handstand. Nice job on her Maloney. Back down. Oh no. Same thing happened last week. A little too close on the Pack Salto. She had to break the combination, which is a deduction, but brings it back nicely, back up on the high bar. She really needs a stick right here. Just the chest down on the landing. There were some pretty big deductions in that routine. See here, she goes up to the high bar, back down. Her toes are over the bar a tad bit. Her shoulders are over the bar, which results in a break in the combination. That is a pretty big deduction and not what Iowa was looking for.
Maya Hooten, the sophomore from Woodbury, Minnesota. Career high 9.95 set this year against Maryland and Pitt.
She can go big here. She has to find this landing. And that right there is exactly what Maya Hooten has been looking for. She fell in the warm-up, Dean, and to bring it back like that, totally know where she is in the air and majorly give Minnesota the upper hand. Look at the air awareness right there, sees the ground, knows where she is, stays tight, and manages to get a stuck 1.5 landing. That's going to be a big number.
It is. She definitely stuck it. 9.95's her career high. Based on what you saw, is there enough? Nope. Wait, they're bouncing around like it's a big score. I don't know if it's a 10, but they're definitely bouncing around with excitement. I gotta believe it's at least a career high.
It has to be, and with a 9.95 career high, I'm hoping we will see a 9.975 from Maya Hooten. That was really special.
Gianna Gertis did set a new season high on the vault with a 9.875, so we think Maya Hooten may do the same as Minnesota. Rocking here at the PAV.
For the Hawkeyes on bars, Alex Greenwald.
We were guessing at 9.975. Now we just got confirmed from our producer, Jim Ressler, that it was a 9.975. So well done.
Deserved it, Dean. It was beautiful. And while crazy excitement's happening over on Vault, Iowa really needs to hone in here and focus on themselves.
All right, so that'll bring up Alex Greenwald, Olivia. She's a senior from Coral Springs, Florida. She started the season with a 9.9 to set her career high. Her last meet was a 9.825.
And if you want someone in this position after a break, it's Alex Greenwald. Excellent height on that Ray release move. Toe handstand down to a pack salto. Now that's a lovely pack salto. Alex is really being detail-oriented in this routine. It might be one of the best routines I've ever seen her do if she can find this landing. Beautiful job by Alex Greenwald. The senior is so superb. I truly believe that's the best routine she has ever done on bars.
And she needed it. She needed it.
They needed it big time since they're going to be counting that 9.65 by Jerquavia Henderson. Look at the height, the landing, the smile. She knew exactly where she was. I love seeing her nail that when they needed it most.
She's been around a long time, right? Waiting for a big moment like that. Look at these numbers here. Lexi Rambler, she can hit a 10 on this. She has.
And the momentum's going in that direction. Just the hop forward. Still a great vault for Lexi. I think she really wanted the stick so badly. Notice she threw her chest forward a tad bit, which keeps the momentum moving forward instead of staying static for a stick. Nice job in the air. Knees going in to the landing and just the hop forward, but that should still be a large number.
Number 8 in the conference, 23rd in the nation is Lexi Rambler. As I mentioned, number 1 in the nation in the all-around. As every single time Minnesota is ready, it's Rambler and Loper kind of going neck and neck for that all-around. 9.875 for Lexi Rambler.
Great score for Lexi. I know she wanted it to be higher, especially after that big number from Maya Hooten, but a great start to her evening.
Back to the bars for Iowa. It's Karina McSweeney, the sophomore from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 9.75 and 9.825 in her last two. The 9.825 came in the big fives.
Karina was put in this position for Claire Kaji, a name we know very well. Claire loves seeing Karina in this spot. She said in her super senior year she needs the break and it's time for Karina to shine.
Captain Obvious, they need to go back to back to back here with great performances.
They do, and there was a little bit of a bobble there for Karina. She caught the bar a tad close, bending her arms, a little off on that bail handstand, but she stuck this dismount last week. She could really use a stick here. Little bobble there on the landing, but that is a routine that is stayed on the bar, which is what they need. But Iowa does look a little shaken up, Dean, hoping that these last couple routines can dial it in and put up some big numbers in the second half of the rotation.
The Iowa Hawkeyes, Larissa Libby, saying there's been more challenges this year with COVID than even last year. Here's Anna Loper, 5'10s in this event, including 2 times this year against Michigan, as well as Maryland and Pitt had 2 10s last year. Anna Loper on the vault.
She fell last weekend. Let's see if she can bring it back. Nice job. I think she just wanted to get that vault on her feet after last weekend's uncharacteristic fall. She never really looked like she stopped moving, which is so unlike Anna. See, she lands there, keeps hopping, brings the feet together, a little lack of control on the landing, which is a key element the judges are looking for, that the gymnast shows complete control before they salute.
Anna Loper always ready for the big moment. One of her 10s came at the regionals a year ago. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Hoping that she can bring that same energy this season as postseason slowly creeps up on us.
This is the leader on the bars now for Larissa Libby. Allison Steffensmeyer, the junior, also from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Like McSweeney, John F. Kennedy High School. Career high and season high this year of a 9.925 set against Nebraska. Last week at the Big Fives, Olivia, a 9.825.
And she can go big on this routine, and that's exactly what they need right now.
13th in the Big Ten is Allison Steffensmeyer.
She opens it up with a blind change to a piked Jaeger. So gorgeous in the air on that release. Excellent patience on that handstand, and back down to the low bar with her pack salto. Over on that half turn, that will be a deduction. Nice job with the handstand on the high bar. Just the dismount for Allison. Good job. Looks like she just slid back a teeny bit. I didn't think she needed that slide back personally, but that was the cleanest routine in this lineup so far besides Alex Greenwald's routine.
Last to go on the vault for the Golden Gophers. As you see, Loper and Ramler both with the 9.875s.
Great scores for Lexi and Anna, as we talked about in the open. They are chasing perfection, so I know they're going to be a little angry about those scores, but they still have 3 events to make it up on.
So Minnesota, Kate Grotenhuis, the junior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Jenny Hansen right behind her.
Big Yurchenko full, really nice amplitude in the air. It looked like she has a little off to the side on the landing, but her entry to the table was lovely, so pretty and tight in the air, and just a pike down on the landing, but great job.
So Grotenhuis, the anchor, the junior from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. As one more to go on the bars for Coach Libby. Love that deep breath right there for Kenlin, the sophomore from Iowa City. Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year. She missed 4 matches before getting back in the Big Fives.
And they really could use this score from Adeline. She's so lovely on this event. Beautiful opening combination. I saw her have some trouble with this dismount in warm-up, so hoping that she can bring it back. Great correction. And nice job. Little bit of a bobble there. Looked like her chest was down on the landing, which results in a tad bit of under rotation. But again, Dean, after some issues in the beginning of this lineup, a hit on bars means a lot right now for Iowa.
Kenlin, career high 9.9 2 times, including at the NCAA Regionals in April last year. Now here is Cook on exhibition for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
And as I mentioned before, she's going to do the tuck 1.5. Nice job, a newer vault for her. Obviously, you saw that sizable step to the left and backwards, which is both an under rotation deduction and a step deduction. So they're going to deduct for that, but that's a 10.0 start value vault for Minnesota that they really could use in the postseason.
Good use of the exhibition for her to roll that out.
Absolutely. They need to be able to see if other athletes fighting for lineup spots can hit in competition settings, and that was a great first vault with the upgrade for Emily.
Coach Libby also going to send out an exhibition on the bars for Iowa. Allison Zolke, a sophomore from the state of Wisconsin, a transfer from Towson University. Her career high came last year with a 9.9. Has not officially competed this year on the bars for Iowa.
Allison did a near perfect routine in warm-up. Oh no. Oh, I saw that from the takeoff. She just put her toes in too far, resulted in the release move moving backwards and not up. Does a nice job getting back up on the bar. Good pack salto down to the low bar, a little leg separation in the release move. Just the dismount here, a blind full into a double tuck. Nice job. We like to call that a little bit of a college stick. She didn't show complete control before the salute, but unfortunate fall there on the release move.
Minnesota with a 49.4 on vault, their second best score this season. They only did better against Michigan. Why? Gertis, a new career high. She's not done. Hooten with a new career high. Back with more after this. Coming up, conference powers go toe-to-toe in a huge showdown when Grace Berger and the Hoosiers take on Angel Reese and the Terps. Big Ten Women's Basketball presented by Disney Parks is tonight at 8 Eastern on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Here in Minnesota with so much on the line, we'll recap that first rotation. Minnesota, their second highest score of the season. 2 career highs, Gertis and Hooten, and a 49.4. Iowa, number 13 in the country, 48.8 after a little shaky start. Couple good performances in the middle to bring them back, but a great start for Minnesota.
Minnesota hit the ground running on vault. They did not hold back after the first vault from Jenks that was a little bit off. They completely brought it back with the last 5 and put up a huge number.
Maya Hooten knew it was a career high, didn't she, right away on a Loper and a Rambler with identical scores as we keep an eye on the all-around as well. You know the deal, second rotation. Minnesota will now go to the bars, and Iowa will come over to the vault. Minnesota 9th in the nation on the bars. Meanwhile, Iowa 14th in the nation on the vault. That's the lineup, or the scores rather, on the vault. All of them pretty good for Minnesota. And here's Iowa's bar score. You said right away they were going to have to keep Henderson's score. You knew that after Rogers.
Rogers just couldn't keep the pack salto going the way she needed to, which is definitely unfortunate. Those numbers are not what Iowa wanted. I thought Alex Greenwald's routine was better than a 9.825, but that's just me.
This is the lineup for Coach Libby and the Hawkeyes. Greenwald, Zolke, LaPlante, Guerin, Killian, and Henderson. You see their season average, 49.056, a solid 14th in the nation.
They really need to hone in and stick some vaults, Dean, if they're going to lessen the gap between the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who are off to the races after this first rotation.
Speaking of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, Olivia, you mentioned Hallie Remler. She'll lead off. She's got that career high of 9.85, followed by Hooten, another super senior, and Hannah Wilmarth, Loper, Salas, and Ramler. But you like Remlinger leading off.
I do. Hallie Remlinger is so consistent. She's an even-keeled performer, and she flies high. That's exactly what Minnesota needs to get started on bars.
Remler, the junior from Winona, Minnesota, Winona High School, career high 9.85. That was set at the Big 5 in regionals a year ago. Her season high is a 9.8. Last week, at the Big Five. She had a 9.75. Alongside the great Olivia Karras, I'm Dean Linke. Always great to be at the PAV in Minneapolis. They truly appreciate how special this Minnesota gymnastics program is.
They do, and another thing I love about Iowa and Minnesota is they call themselves the Big Ten Besties. They are such close programs, so supportive of each other. I love seeing them go head-to-head in dual meets.
Well, and a perfect example of that is Iowa lost a meet because of COVID. I told you Larissa Libby saying COVID's been tougher on her team this year than last year. They stepped in against UCLA. Not only did Minnesota beat UCLA for the first time ever, guess what? Iowa also beat UCLA.
It was so great to have Iowa join that meet, make it a tri-meet, and really get started in an arena that they're comfortable in.
Young and old out here watching these two teams, as you called besties. Larissa Libby with mad respect for Jenny Hansen. In fact, she even said, Jenny doesn't say a lot, but when she does talk, all the coaches listen.
I would agree. Jenny Hansen and Larissa Libby are two of the best in the Big Ten and in the country, as Larissa gives Alex Greenwald some words of encouragement ahead of her leadoff vault performance.
Alex Greenwald, career high 9.9. This year her best score has been a 9.75. Last meet 9.6.
Struggled a bit in warm-up, but not there. Nice job for Alex Greenwald. She is having herself a day after that beautiful uneven bars performance.
What'd you see in warm-ups?
She was a little under-rotated in warm-up, but notice here she gets her chest up and takes a hop backwards. That shows more juice, more momentum instead of the alternative of putting your chest down, landing forward. That is an under-rotation and garners more deduction.
Well said. We touched on Remlinger last week at the Big Five's a 9.75. Her career high is a 9.85, set a year ago at the Big Fives. The junior from their home state right there in Minnesota, Winona High School, Winona, Minnesota.
And Hallie can fly high, Dean. Buckle up for this first release because it is massive.
Hallie Remlinger will lead off for Minnesota on the bars.
Nice deep breath before she mounts the bar. Beautiful first handstand and sky-high ray release move for Hallie to get things started. Toe handstand to a bail handstand, a little quick from the handstand position, but check out this dismount. It's a full out and it's big. And that is a near perfect lead-off bar performance. Minnesota came to play today. Check out the height above the high bar, sees the ground, perfect stuck landing, tighten the body, and hugs and high fives all around.
Beautiful performance to get things started. Olivia, once again, you kind of sort of pick a surprise gymnast. You went with Remlinger and she delivered for you.
She is great, but talk about this next vaulter. This vault for Allison Zilke is actually named after her.
Wow.
So take a look at this. Very nice job. Lots of moving pieces in that vault. I actually had to have Larissa Libby walk me through it because there was so much happening. But the Zilke is a front handspring onto the table, and then she does a Sukahara tuck full. Already a very difficult vault that adds the front entry to make it even more difficult. And nice landing as well.
Zilke doing the Zilke. She started this season with back-to-back 9.8. She had a 9.65 last week at the Big Fives. We move back over to Maya Hooten, career high 9.875, actually set against Iowa. Her season high a 9.85 two times, including also the opening meet against Iowa. So there's something about the Hawkeyes that brings out the best in Maya Hooten.
Oh, you bet. And check out this routine. Massive piked Jaeger directly connected to a shoot over. That's one of the best I've seen her do. So much cleaner. Excellent handstand on the high bar. Just looking for this stuck landing. Small hop backwards, but really nice job for Maya Hooten. She has cleaned up that bar routine tremendously this season.
You think about the legacy that Ramler and Loper will leave, Maya Hooten ready to step in.
She is ready to continue the Minnesota excellence, and that routine is a step in the right direction. So much height, just the hop backwards, but the team's stoked about that one.
One final hug from Jenny Hansen and a little extra celebration for Maya Hooten. Of course, we're all getting amped up for her performance on the floor, where we know she can deliver the 10s. Still working out the scores for Zuhlke, doing the Zuhlke, as you said. Maya Hooten waiting for her score, and she seems pretty pumped up. By the way, Iowa Greenwald's a new season high on the vault with a 9.775. And right before Maya Hooten, Remlinger with a new season high on the bars with a 9.875. And Maya Hooten also then with a 9.875.
There is a lot of excitement happening right now at the PAV, and this is a perfect opportunity for Iowa to feed off of that excitement as well and put together a really great vault rotation.
The Zuhlke is causing a little bit of confusion, actually.
I told you, Dean, I needed Larissa to walk me through the vault. There's a lot going on. Judges do not get to see things again in slow motion, so you have to take what you see and roll with it.
So after all of that, Kendall LaPlante, who had a career-high 9.775, 2 times set this season, so a great season for LaPlante. In her last meet, she had a 9.75, and of course, you can see the score through one rotation. Minnesota with their second best score. The only time they scored better was against your alma mater, Michigan. That was a great matchup.
They're really turning it up to put a big number up this evening.
So we know Michigan has won another regular season title. Congratulations to Bev Plotke. A 9.775 for Zuhlke. How about Ohio State guaranteeing a spot in the late session in their home turf?
Love seeing Ohio State really put together a couple meets and get some big scores up on the board. They are an up-and-coming program, and I'm excited about their progress.
Mike Rowe and Michigan State will also be in that late session. Greenwald with a 9.775 and then a 9.75. And here we go, Kendall LaPlante.
She really has been working on this landing position. Good job, excellent in the air. I mean, that vault is so technically beautiful in the air. You notice that she hopped pretty big hop to the side, which the direction will be a deduction as well as the hop, but the vault itself is lovely. Great entry to the table, just pikes the hips down a bit, doesn't absorb the landing. That means she's reacting a bit to the mat. Happens to the best of us, happened to me numerous times.
You talked about those super seniors. One more that will be recognized, not at this meet, but the final meet coming up. Hannah Wilmarth, the senior from Boulder, Colorado. Jenny Hansen calls her the hardest working athlete on the team.
She opened up with a lovely Ray Bail handstand over there. Could have fallen, but has a lot of grit behind her and made sure not to make the mistake. And a stick here would be big. That is fantastic. Little blip there on the bail handstand, but she brought it back like the veteran she is. And Hannah Wilmarth does not get enough credit for being a fifth year with Anna and Lexi, but look at the height, knows exactly where she is, and brings it right back around. The team loves it. I love seeing the team camaraderie.
You knew that stick was coming. I could tell.
I could tell. She had the fight in her on that bail handstand. She was not falling, and she was sticking that landing.
And she had the height. It was just smooth.
She's so great.
All right, so here we go. Back to Iowa, Lauren Guerin.
Massive vault from Lauren Guerin. We talked about her in the open, and that's because she goes big on vault. You saw that hop backwards. She struggled a little bit with controlling her power and speed. She gets so much juice up and out. Look at the height, look at the distance, flares it out with the arms to the side. She's just looking to minimize that hop, and she's doing a very good job.
I think there's a good chance she'll have a new season high. This season, 9.85 from somebody that has twice hit a 9.925 as a career high, but that was way back in 2020. I think she made past that 9.85. Nope, she tied it, so she ties her season high. Wilmarth with a 9.9 for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Anna Loper, the junior, ready to go. Career high and season high set this year against Ohio State. Last week at the Big Fives, a 9.85.
Beautiful opening handstand for Anna. Lovely Maloney back down to the low bar with a pack salto. Great job keeping that half turn in handstand. Blind full into a double tuck. Little funky there on the landing. She looks a little off today on her landings, which is so unlike her, but we are all human beings, and Anna Loper is one herself. She can't stick it all, but really minimizes that deduction. The team loves it. Great job for Anna.
Anna Loper watching Maya Hooten with back-to-back season highs. Hooten actually ties her career high and sets the season high with that 9.875. Bridget Killian up next, career high 9.875. She's done it twice.
Bridget has a great vault. Such a good job. I was about to say that her big focus has been on the landing, and she delivered exactly that. Her chest was a little bit down, which again is a deduction, but check this out. Chest is down, but brings the eyes up and manages to hold on to that stuck landing. That should either tie or beat her career high. Either tie or beat her career high.
That talks a lot about her strength. Chest down, but still stuck the landing.
A stuck landing is complicated. Sometimes it means that your chest is down, you have to bring it up. It still is a stick, your feet don't move, but you have to make sure that you're moving through it and keeping the chest up and not moving the feet.
Loper 9.925. Killian with a 9.9, by the way. And here we go, Tiara Salas. We have missed her, the senior from Henderson, Nevada, getting healthy. 3 in a row now on the bars.
This routine is such a treat. I love having her back in the lineup. Textbook bail to handstand, held the handstand extra. Now this is unique. She's going to do a blind change into a Corkina. Over the bar, very nicely done.
Career high of 9.9 for Salas back in 2019.
A stick here would put a big number up. That's going to be big. It was a little bit of a shuffle with the feet, but coming back into this lineup is so massive for Tiara and the Golden Gophers. Look at this. She goes forward, up and over, so a half turn over the bar in a straddle position, and then brings it back with that excellent handstand right on top of the bar. That was so well done.
Gianna Gertis and Hooten on the vault with new season highs. Then they move over to the bars, and Hooten and Wilmarth with new season highs. Hooten with a new career high. We go back to the vault for Iowa and the anchor, Jacavia Henderson.
So well done. Jerquavia is just amazing on vault. Near stick, looks like she hopped back a tiny bit after that perfect stick for Bridget Killian, but check out the height, the body positioning, and just the tiniest little scoot backwards. Still should be a very large number.
She had just witnessed Bridget Killian set a new career high of a 9.9 right before her. So Jerquavia Henderson, who has a 9.925 career high. Meanwhile, Salas with a 9.9. That ties her career high, so she is back.
Check these Gophers out. Lexi Ramler on bars. Beautiful Maloney to pack salto. We saw her warming up a more difficult release move. She's actually called the Ramler, but looks like she is sticking with her routine and doing it perfectly so far. Oh, just the hop backwards. I was about to say, Dean, that could have been her 10.0 on bars. The handstands were pristine. The release moves were lovely. Just had a little too much juice on that dismount and had to hop back very small amount.
5 times Lexi Rambler has hit a 9.975. Cameron Martinez, a freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado, will be on exhibition for Larissa Libby and the Hawkeyes on the vault.
Cameron does a full twisting Yurchenko. Really nicely done. Just a little bit of chest positioning on the landing, but so clean in the air, so much amplitude. That's a very viable vault for Larissa Libby and the Hawkeyes for postseason.
Minnesota bars score in at 49.475. They're not done though. Gianna Gertis, you can tell they're starting to mold her into an all-arounder as well.
Definitely, and seeing her contribute on more events is so exciting, builds her confidence, but also she's a huge asset to this team.
Next up on bars, Gianna Gertis.
This is an exhibition routine, so it will not count toward the team total. Nice Maloney to Bale handstand. Some leg separation on both the Maloney and the Bale is a deduction that the judges will have to take. But check out this full in dismount. Chest down on the landing, had to hop forward. But again, so much potential there in that bar routine for her future as a Gopher.
Iowa with a 49.2 on the vault. That's their second best score this season. 49.55 on bars is a new season high. The Minnesota Golden Gophers off to a red hot start. Gymnastics on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm State of Success. We flash back to last year at the Big Ten Championships right here at the PAV, where Minnesota's Mary Corlin Downs took the silver in the beam with this great performance at 9.95, right behind her teammate Lexi Rambler. And now today she is, Olivia, a thriving entrepreneur.
Mary has taken her success in NCAA gymnastics and brought it to the real world with her new company, Our Color Wrap. It's so exciting to see her in this new place working on a business goal to help all athletes in our sport.
And we are so pleased to be joined by Mary Corlin Downs. And I want to start with last year, winning that silver medal. What did it mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it meant the world. I loved the fact that we were at the PAV competing for our home crowd. You know, I was a walk-on athlete, so being able to medal in the Big Ten Championships was absolutely amazing, and then bringing home the title for the team was just even better.
Mary, talk to us about the inspiration behind Our Color Wrap.
Yeah, so my entire gymnastics career, I wore athletic tape over my tape, and I looked around once I was in college and I realized that everyone was wearing the exact same color. And I remember I asked my athletic trainer, I said, does this come in a different skin range? And she was like, no, just one color. And so I was like, this is an evident problem and I want to do something about it. But I was in the middle of my senior year, so I couldn't really, step aside from that. Summer came around and I really wanted to put into action once I made the brand and found the product that I really wanted to manufacture. I started getting outreach from tons of gymnasts, and it was just amazing. I loved that the gymnastics community really picked it up and moved it forward. I'm really excited to move forward with this brand. You can actually learn more on our website, so www.ourcolorwrap.com, color with a U.
So outstanding as we take a look one more time at that dismount for that silver medal beam title right behind Lexi Rambler, and you can see her wearing the wrap. Mary Corlin Downs making a difference in women's gymnastics. That was fun. Minnesota having some fun as the 49.55 on bars is a new season high, and through 2 rotations, they lead it over Iowa, 98.95, Iowa at 98. Take a look at the all-around story. Remember, we said Lexi Ramler and Anna Loper. Give Jerquavia Henderson credit as well. She's still in the race, but it's Lexi Ramler, #1 in the country in the all-around, leading it.
Lexi has already looked so clean this season, but specifically moving into postseason, I know she's trying to really push it even further and put up a big number.
Well, Minnesota starts to warm up on the beam, which there's a little side story we're going to get to. Let's take a look at the bar scores. As we mentioned, Wilmarth with a new season high, Maya Hooten as well, and Wilmarth with a big score of 9.9, the fifth-year senior.
So exciting to see those scores, specifically that 9.95 from Lexi Ramler, even with that hop backwards. But what's even more exciting is a lot of those routines had space to improve as well.
Iowa warming up on the floor. Here are the vault scores anchored by Killian and Henderson's 9.9s.
And they needed those big scores and continuing to move forward, specifically on floor where they are lights out.
The 49.2 is the second best this season for Larissa Libby and the Iowa Hawkeyes. A tremendous response after a shaky start, I guess even Larissa would say, on the bars. As we take a look at the beam lineup, it'll be Cook, Gertis, Loper, Salas, Nyland, and Ramler. Minnesota has had a few losses, right? They finished third in their part of the Big Five. They lost to Brett Nelligan and Maryland, who we'll see tomorrow against Penn State. Looking forward to that. And the beam has been part of the reason.
The beam has been a little bit of a nemesis for Minnesota. They've been working with lineups, playing with things, so this is a massive test for them moving into the rest of the meet.
Emily Cook will start for Minnesota on the beam. Her career high of 9.925 set March of last year.
Emily is a very solid leadoff performer on balance beam. Opening series, back handspring layout, step out, absolutely solid. Another big test here, a beat jump into a split 3/4, absolutely nails it. The leadoff performer on balance beam is so crucial. They set the tone for the remainder of the lineup, and Emily is doing a lovely job with that so far, with that excellent front toss onto one leg into a scale position. And so far, so good. If she can stick this dismount, it could be huge. And that right there is how you start a beam rotation. I think that could match her 9.925 career high.
Her best score this year has been a 9.875. She had a 9.75. Break down the dismount for Cook.
Big round off. She looks like she's a little not close to the end, but brings it back so well done in the air, knows where she is, finds the landing, and that is a perfect stuck landing.
In every meet this season, the beam has been the lowest score for Minnesota, but it doesn't hurt to start the way they just started. Iowa on the floor. Here we go. Bridget Killian, the senior from Wheaton, Illinois. Career high 9.9 versus West Virginia.
Bridget opens up with a massive pass. It's a triple twist. She had some trouble last week. And not this week. That was one of the highest triple twists I've seen her do.
You're so right, Olivia. 9.725 at the Big Fives last week.
Front full to front pike, very nicely done. Leap combination, a switch side to a straddle full. And so far, so good. Just the last pass for Bridget. It's a double tuck. Excellent job. This performance could bring Iowa back into the game thanks to Bridget Killian.
Iowa's the real deal on the floor. They're 6th in the nation, and they have thrown up a 49.65. How about the first pass from Killian?
When your leadoff opens with this, it means game on. That was a great triple full. Coach loves it. She looks excited. Great momentum for the team on this event.
High fives all around for Iowa, who is led on the floor by Henderson, who is 2nd in the nation, by the way. Here we go. Gianna Gertis on the beam, part of the future of this Golden Gophers women's gymnastics team.
Gianna is new in the beam lineup. Nice job on that front aerial, very tight in her body positioning.
Matched her career high last week at the Big Fives with a 9.85.
Big test here, back handspring, layout, step out. Looked solid, second guessed it a teeny bit, had to wobble to the side. That's gonna be a deduction, as well as that full turn. Looks like she was off balance a bit.
Cooking with a 9.85.
Split jump to double stag jump, very difficult. Take your eyes off the beam. Brought her composure back. And just the dismount for Gianna. It's a side aerial, layout full. She stuck it last week and she could use the stick now. Nice job bringing it back. Those 2 little bobbles on the back handspring layout series, and on the full turn, it does sneak up on you, those full turns. But great job staying on top of the beam. Lost a little composure there, but brought it back well, and then capped it off with an exclamation point. Stuck landing. That is 2 for 2 on stuck landings for Minnesota.
Just that minor wobble. What's the deduction on that?
It's gonna depends. It's so subjective. It could be between a 0.5 and a 1/10, depends.
Back to the floor, Marissa Rojas for the Iowa Hawkeyes, the freshman from Canton, Michigan. Career high 9.85.
Some fun Lion King music. Front through to double tuck. Bouncy on the landing, but brings it back. Switch leap to tour jeté. Very difficult with an extra half twist. Double pike here. She had some trouble last week. Little low there on that landing, so both passes were a teeny bit off. Good job by Marissa. First pass was a little bouncy, and it looked like she tried to hone into it on the last pass and ended up under-rotating a bit, but that's a routine that definitely has some momentum.
Anna Loper, 2 times she's had a 9.925, season high 9.9. Last week, 9.2. Always love the way she starts on the beam.
Anna had an uncharacteristic fall last weekend, so this is a little bit of a redemption routine for her. Starts off with a back handspring layout. Nice little smirk there. We rarely see her smile on balance beam.
Gertis a 9.8, just below her career high of 9.85.
Here's where the problem was last week, a front toss. Not this week. Another little smile there from Anna. Switch leap to straddle quarter. Very nice extension on that straddle. Just the dismount left. She's had some trouble on her landings today. Round off 1.5. No trouble there. That is a fantastic routine. Big hugs from the team. They know she wanted that one.
Tell me you can count that as a stick. Did she hold it long enough?
I think she did. Let's take a look. She sees it. A little bit of an adjustment, but you know what? I will take it for the redemption routine. That was nicely done.
Yeah, for sure, right? Because you're still thinking about that a little bit. The beam is such a unique apparatus. You mess up the week before, it stays with you.
As much as you say you don't think about it, you're lying. Everyone thinks about it.
All right, back to Iowa on the floor. Both these teams incredible. Rojas with the 9.5. You saw Killian with a 9.825. That means Alex Greenwald, career high 9.925, season high 9.9, last week on 9.85.
And this routine is packed with difficulty.
Loper in with a 9.90.
Big full twisting double back for Alex. Very controlled lunge. Nice job getting those leaps all the way around to get perfect. Powerful music for Alex as she gears up for her last pass. She's going to do a 2.5 twist to a punch front. So many moving pieces, so much amplitude, and she absolutely nails the landing. That was spectacular.
That last pass was solid.
So much speed and power. She manages to hone into it. That's such a hard pass to control your power. And I love the little smile there from her. She knew it was good.
Good stuff from Iowa. Number 6 in the nation for a reason on the floor. Loper with a season high on beam with 9.9 now makes way for Salas, the senior from Henderson, Nevada. Career high 9.975 back in 2020.
And here's another redemption routine for Tiare. She fell last weekend in her first beam routine back.
Olivia from Minnesota, in its first 15 scores, they've only posted one score under a 9.8.
That is a team on a mission, Dean. Big test here. 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. Absolutely nails it. Required full turn element. Flutter jump to double stag. So far, so good. And here's where the problem happened last week. It's a switch side. Absolutely crushes it. She knows she needed that. And a stick here will be big. That, I didn't see anything wrong in that routine. That was absolutely, it was fantastic. I mean, check out this first tumbling run, so sure of the landing. Such amplitude and height on that switch side that she had trouble with last week, but she went into it aggressive. Any moment of being timid, you get problems, and not today.
Now, she nailed that, and then she nailed the dismount as well. Claire Kaji, so much fun. The senior from Vancouver, just like her coach, Larissa Libby from Canada. She has been part of the Iowa Hawkeye program for 6 amazing seasons.
And Dean, as if she wasn't amazing already, she learned this new floor routine on Tuesday. And here it is on the competition floor. Big connection pass, 1.5 to a double twist. Little bouncy there on the landing.
Late season change with her performance. What's that all about?
Coach Larissa Libby told me she was bored and she needed something new. And here we are. Much better landing on that double pike.
We can tell you Salas in with a 9.875.
That's ridiculous. It was so good.
It really was.
Great job for the veteran Claire Kaji for learning that routine on Tuesday. I think it went pretty well. Besides that bouncy first pass, she really did a nice job on the last pass.
So we'll go back to the beam for Abby Nyland, the senior from Rogers, Minnesota. And Rogers High School set a new career high in a meet that we had on the Big Ten Network with UCLA and Iowa with a 9.875. She did not compete in the Big Five, so now she's back in the lineup.
Dean, I watched Abby in warm-up, and she was on it. Everything she did was rock solid, so hoping to see that same energy from her right now.
Salas, by the way, is a new season high with that 9.875. Just good to see her back in the lineup for Minnesota, as here we go with Nyland.
Full turn to start the routine off. Like Salas, she does a triple series, 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. Absolutely crushes it. She's moving very nicely through this routine, taking deep breaths. Hitch kick to switch side, rock solid. Just the dismount, it's a round off 1.5 twist. She stuck this last week. Oh, just the step forward, but those are 5 hit routines for Minnesota so far, not counting a fall, and they still have their best gymnasts to go. So sure of herself on this series, she attacked the beam and finished it off with this 1.5. I know she wanted the stick, but again, those are 5 hit routines, something that Minnesota has not done in a couple weeks now.
Yeah, we told you the story about the beam. Part of the reason why there was so much more on the line here tonight. We go back to Lauren Guerin, the senior from Austin, Texas. Texas Connections Academy, career high 9.925 against Minnesota last year.
Big first pass for Lauren. It's a full in. So high and well controlled. Switch side to straddle full to a straddle jump. Very nicely done. Last pass for Lauren. She's going to do a front through into a double tuck. Very difficult to do at the end of the routine. So fantastic. There was nothing wrong with that routine. Absolutely beautiful.
Lauren Guerin.
This pass is hard to do at the beginning. She does it at the end of the routine, gets crazy height, chest up, controlled lunge backwards. My goodness, is she talented.
She really is, and it's so good to see her having success as she winds down her senior season. Lexi Ramler, visualizing greatness. 10 3 times on this event. That's right, a perfect 10, 3 times on the beam.
And the pressure is off. The only score that would need to be replaced is that 9.775 from Abby Nyland. Excellent job. Front aerial to beat jump. She is just so fun to watch on this event. She smiles, she interacts, she just looks like she's dancing. Beat jump to split ring, so difficult to do. And just the side aerial full. If we see a stick here, this could be another 10. I mean, I don't know. It's too good, there's no words. I'm left speechless.
Lexi Ramler and Anna Loper, incredible. Jennifer Hansen loves these two. Everybody loves these two.
Check out this dismount, sees the ground. Now, Dean, there's your perfect stuck landing. Knows exactly where she is. So aware of her air positioning, the mat, everything. The team loves it. They know it was good.
There is Jenny Hansen, who told me before this game that Lexi and Anna came here at the same time, and not only are they incredible friends, they have pushed each other to new heights and rewrote the record books with another 10 here at Minnesota. In the process, Jenny Hansen saying, "We are so grateful they chose Minnesota, especially for a 5th magical year."
It's a 10! Oh, my heart is exploding out of my chest. Look at her, my gosh, she's crying. I don't think I've ever seen Lexi Ramler cry. Oh my goodness. Wow, just wow.
Number 1 in the nation in the all-around as well. Incredible. Lexi Ramler, number 1 in the conference, 4th in the nation on the beam with another 10. And now we go back to Jerquavia Henderson, the anchor on the floor for Larissa Libby. What a 10 from Ramler.
That was so beautiful, and who better to go after Lexi Ramler than Jerquavia Henderson? She is lights out on this event.
Career high 9.95 this year against Penn State for Henderson. And the last meet, 9.95 to tie for 2nd at the Big Fives.
Massive full twisting double back with a perfectly controlled lunge. Beautiful leap past such pristine extension. Same as Lauren Guerin, a front through to a double tuck. Just that little hop forward. Chest was down a teeny bit, but should still be a massive floor score. Great job for the floor. One of the floor queens in this competition. It's a floor party at the PAV. Huge full in double tuck. One of the best floor workers in the country.
Crazy height, just crazy
height. She caps it off with that same pass as Lauren Guerin, the front through to a double tuck, chest a little down. You see there, had to step forward, but great job.
Katie Horak, sophomore from Buffalo, Minnesota, and Buffalo High School exhibition after seeing Lexi Ramler get her 4th 10 of her career, first of this season on the beam. What a way to salute these amazing fans at the PAV.
Nice opening series. Cat leap to switch side, a little funky in the air on the straddle position. pike jump to difficult standing layout step out. Little off, but she brought it back very well. Full turn, nicely done. Just the dismount for Katie. They round off 1.5. Just a step to the side, but great exhibition routine for the Golden Gophers.
So important to have that depth as they start to make their way toward postseason. Solid dismount.
Nice height, looked a little off to the side and just a step to the right, but great job for Katie.
Henderson had a 9-9 as Aubrey Nick exhibition here for Iowa on the floor.
Opens it up with a big double pike. Good job, little soft in the knees on the landing, but managed to minimize the deduction. Nice jump combination, a split full to a split full. Difficult pass, a front layout to a front half, straddle jump into a front tuck.
You were a superstar pretty much from day one. I remember interviewing you actually at Illinois when you won the all-around as a freshman. Did you ever do any exhibition at all, or were you always in the lineup?
Dean, honestly, doing gymnastics seems like a year ago. I don't even remember.
Fair answer.
Ends with a Rudy, chest very low on that landing, which resulted in the step forward. But again, these exhibition routines are so crucial for the growth and future of these programs. So great job.
Good work for Iowa, number 6 on the floor. But the excitement this rotation, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a new season high on the beam, 49.425. Lexi Ramler, her 410 in her career on the beam. And once again, it happens right here on the Big Ten Network. Tomorrow, don't miss a great women's gymnastics doubleheader as Maryland faces Penn State, followed by number 1 Michigan, your reigning national champs, against Nebraska. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app as we push toward the Big Ten championships in Columbus, Ohio at Ohio State through 3 rotations. Minnesota with a solid lead, 148.375. Iowa at 146.875. Minnesota looking at that 198 number, and with a 49.4 will set a new program record, led by Lexi Ramler. Just had a perfect 10 and leading the all-around. By the way, number 1 in the country in the all-around.
She is so talented, but Anna Loper is right at her heels, and major props to Jerquavia Henderson. She is putting together a great meet this evening, so it's an exciting all-around competition here in the PAV.
Every time we roll into the PAV, something crazy happens, and it's no different. Minnesota needs a 49.4 or better on the floor in order to set a new all-time team score. The other score was 97.75 in the Big Ten championships last year, also on the Big Ten Network, and that 10 should be blinking right now.
So exciting, and kudos to this entire balance beam lineup for really bringing it back after the last 2 weeks of being off. Specifically that 9875 by Tiare Sales. Love seeing her back in the lineup.
Iowa, number 6 nationally on the floor. Lauren Guerin, 9925, and Henderson with a 99.
They are 2 of the best floor workers in the country. They also are the reigning Big Ten floor champions, so lots of accolades there for those 2 fantastic athletes. Looking forward to the future this season for them.
So 49-4 on the floor to set a new program record, but the other number, 49.625 to reach 198, which is such an important number in gymnastics.
198 is the magic number. It means you averaged a 9.9 across the board as a team, and with a season high of a 49.7 for Minnesota, that is not out of reach at all.
So Minnesota now getting ready on the floor, and of course Maya Hooten, incredible. As incredible as Maya Hooten is, it's actually Anna Loper who leads the team on the floor, 6th in the conference, 13th in the nation. Minnesota 2nd in the nation as a team. Their high score is 49.725. Remember that because they need a 49.625 to reach 198.
I think they can do it, Dean, and with this scoring potential in this lineup, how can you not reach that number? It would truly be a monumental moment for this program.
Yeah, the lineup right there, you saw the big scores that they've had for career highs. If they even get remotely close to those scores, they will make history yet again here at the PAB, where they continue to rewrite the records. Michigan, by the way, this year, 2 scores in the 198s already. They win the national championship, and they're even better this year, in my opinion.
They're doing a very good job this season, and I think the Big Ten as a whole has really taken people's attention. Keep your eye on these teams. All 10 teams in the Big Ten really have something to offer and are only on the rise.
Yeah, can't wait for tomorrow as well. Penn State. You can tell the future is bright. Big-time recruiting class for Sarah Brown, Brett Nelligan. They beat Minnesota, Maryland did. That says a whole lot about the quality of the Terps.
It does. I'm excited to see them tomorrow.
So Michigan with another regular season title. They didn't start counting that since 2013, and Michigan's won the majority of those, of course. Last year it was Iowa who took it home. And beginning on the beam is Henderson. Henderson ready to go for Iowa on the beam. Career high 9.875 this year against Rutgers. Her last meet, Olivia, 9.825.
She is the perfect athlete to lead off balance beam. She's so even-keeled. She's confident. She moves very well through these motions and through the routine. And here's the first big test. Back handspring layout, step out. Slight bobble there. You see her body bent at the hips. Switch leap to straddle quarter. A little low on the back leg on the switch leap, but the straddle quarter was very nice.
Iowa had a 196.825 against Nebraska this year. If they get a 49.6 or better, they'll also have a new team season high.
Just the dismount, and it's a big one. A round off double tuck. Big hop backwards. Such a hard dismount, though. We rarely see those in the NCAA. Just a few of them, a handful happening right now. The height she gets is so excellent, but the hop backwards is pretty big. Unfortunately, judges will have to deduct for that.
So here we go. Emily Cook, the sophomore from Bloomington, Minnesota. Career high set this season against Michigan with a 9.925. Minnesota, 2nd in the nation on the floor. Right?
Emily is so great to lead off this floor rotation. Big opening pass here. She does a front double full to a front tuck. Nails it.
As we soak this in, we do have that doubleheader tomorrow. Remember, Michigan's #1 in the floor. They're #1 in just about everything. And you think about Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and what looks like it's going to be Minnesota in the late session for the Big Ten championships.
It's going to be a bloodbath with all of these teams.
March 19th. Remember the date. We'll have both sessions starting a little earlier on the Big Ten Network.
So far, so good in this floor routine for Emily.
Cook last week with a 9.75. March 19th, noon, straight up for that first session for the Big Ten Championships.
Last pass is a Rudy. Absolutely perfect. And the party has started. Emily Cook just said, watch me, you guys, let's make this happen. She honed into these landings so well. Great liftoff on the floor and a perfect controlled lunge backward to get this floor rotation started.
Tremendous job leading off Emily Cook. We go back to the beam, Aubrey Nick. You see the score there for Henderson at that little wobble, 9.725.
Larissa Libby calls Aubrey Nick one of the unsung heroes of this Iowa team. Oh no. Looked a little off there and just couldn't hang on to the layout step out. Cat leap to a lovely front aerial beat jump connection. Switch leap to split jump. Just the dismount for Aubrey. It's a round off 1.5 twist. And a step backward on the landing, a little bit of an under rotation, not the routine she or Iowa wanted. She looked a little timid going into this layout step out and couldn't tighten the body position on the landing, resulting in the fall, but it's up to the remainder of the lineup to bring it back and wipe that score from the team total.
6 up, 5 count. By way of Ohio, Gianna Gertis up second for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The sophomore from Delaware, Ohio, career high 9.9 set this year against Maryland and Pitt. Last week she had a 9.85.
Big opening pass here. We saw it from a couple Iowa gymnasts, front through to a double tuck. Little over-rotated on the landing, but great job staying in bounds. An athlete steps out of bounds. It is a flat 1/10 deduction, regardless of the amount of steps out of bounds, if it's just a toe.
Cook before her 9.825.
Seems a little low to me. One pass left for Gianna. It's a double pike. Good job on the landing. Gianna Gertis is making her name known in the next generation of Minnesota gymnastics, and great job handling the pressure of this moment where they could make history.
She really is having an outstanding sophomore campaign.
Great liftoff, little slide back of the front foot when you know it's a perfect lunge when the front foot remains planted. Slight slide back, which will be a deduction, but great routine.
Jenny Hansen saying Gianna Gertis has been doing amazing. She's now in 3 of the 4 rotations as we go back to the beam for the Hawkeyes.
This is Bridget Killian. She opens up with a back handspring layout step out. So solid. They're definitely going to want to drop the score for Aubrey Nick as Killian hits that very difficult punch front. Switch leap, switch leap. The back leg was a little low on the first leap, but she brought it up well on the second one.
3 times Killian's hit a 9.875. Her last meet, she had a 9.8.
Chest low on that landing. She looked like she was going for the stick a little too hard, but after a fall, you just got to stay on the event, and she did a nice job doing that. Great liftoff off the beam, chest low. See, the eyes are down, not forward. Has to take that hop forward, which is an under rotation deduction. But again, that's a hit. Very important.
Guess who? After a 10 on the beam for the 4th time in her career on the floor, Lexi Ramler. Career high and season high 9.975 against Michigan. She had a 9.875 last week at the Big Fives.
It's a shame she isn't talented.
And then when you talk to her, you're even blown away more. We might get that chance.
Big first pass, 1.5 to a double twist. Flawless execution.
Lexi Ramler at 29.825 in the all-around. Loper at 29.7. Henderson at 29.425.
Beautiful leap positioning. Perfectly stuck. Rudy to front 1.5. Lexi Ramler came to play today.
Every day.
That is true.
I think they know that they could set the program record. They know it, don't they?
They are competing with ice in their veins. 1.5 to front layout. Coming off of a perfect 10, she did not let that take over this performance. She zoned in and she was fantastic.
The Ramblers, as they always are here to watch their daughter amaze everyone.
Check out this Rudy, sees the ground, doesn't even need to lunge out of it, and then caps it off with a lovely 1.5 to a textbook front layout and a big Lexi Ramler smile.
So we move back over to Claire Kaji, the senior from Vancouver, career high 9.95 2 times, including last year at the Big Five. Speaking of the Big Fives, this year she had a 9.775.
Nice full turn to open the routine. Rock solid back handspring, layout step out. Cat leap to side aerial, so confident in her landing. Split jump to split 3/4, beautifully done.
Lexi Ramler, 9.950.
Just the dismount back handspring to a gainer full to a stuck landing. Claire Kaji in her 6th year is icy. So much confidence and passion in this routine. Finishes it off with a stuck landing. That should be significantly better than her 9.775 last weekend.
You think about Lexi Ramler, Claire Kaji, what a delight to have her in the Big Ten and see her so many times on the Big Ten Network. Here's Hallie Remlinger ready to go on the floor for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Career high 9.925 set this year against Illinois and in the last meet at the Big Fives.
fly high on her tumbling, and check out this first pass. It's a full in. Perfect.
Lexi Ramler, by the way, 39.775 in the all-around, second best this year. Earlier this year, she had a 39.825, and Ramler in line for her 5th all-around title this season.
1.5 front layout. Beautiful. So far, so good for Hallie Remlinger. She wants this stuck landing on the double tuck. Outstanding. And the team knows that it was good. Energy is rising as these routines continue to get better and better. Massive height on the full twisting double back, sees the ground, perfect controlled lunge. She has had herself a day. Marissa Rojas next on balance beam.
So Rojas, career high 9.925 set this year against Michigan State. At the Big Five, she had a 9.825.
She has been so clutch for Iowa on beam. Amazing series there, very tight in her body.
I've asked you before, some gymnasts use words, some use music. What did you use?
I counted through my routine. I know a lot of gymnasts sing, use key words. Split jump to split 3/4. This has been a near flawless routine so far for Marissa. And just the dismounted gainer full to a stuck landing between Claire Kaji and Marissa Rojas. Iowa turned the knob and is ready to play.
They still have a chance to set a season high.
Great height on that gainer full, sees the ground in a lovely smile. She knows that they needed that big time.
Still holding that smile wide open. So Kaji and Rojas. Anna Loper, the senior from Bluffton, South Carolina, career high 9.95 last season. She matched it this year against the Buckeyes, and she's had back-to-back 9.925s, including last week at the Big Fives.
Anna opens with a front layout to a Rudy. Great job on the landing. Switch ring to Torjete. Excellent extension.
Worth mentioning, as you see Ramler right there by Loper, that Remlinger had a 9.925. That ties her season high.
2.5 twist. Flawless. Just the last pass for the super senior. A 1.5 to a front layout. Wow. So exciting. I love seeing seniors and fifth-year seniors compete for the last time not the last time, but for the last few times in their home arena. Big 2.5 twist. So well done on the landing, and then caps it off with her combination pass, a 1.5 to a front layout, and a big smile. So great to see her just thrive in her final season.
It's awesome to see her concentration and then that turn into the smile as Kinlan gets up on the beam. You see the scores there for Kaji and Rojas. Solid. Kinlan, career high 9.975 at Nebraska last year.
Back handspring, layout, step out. So confident. This is her first beam routine this season. Very big moment for her. So effortless on that connection. A cat leap to a front aerial and to a beat jump. Lots of bonus. Switch leap, split jump. Very nice positioning in the air. Full turn, very nice. Just the dismount, a side aerial to a full twist, stuck, landing. That is how you make your way back into the beam lineup. Adeline Kinlan is pumped.
Kaji, Rojas, Kinlan, 1, 2, 3 at 4, 5, and 6. Solid scores.
The routine was already great, and she just capped it off right here, saw the ground, knew where she was. Wow. So exciting for her. Love seeing her back in these lineups.
As if we didn't have enough excitement, we have potential for a record score, and we have potential for another 10. Maya Hooten has delivered 10s on the floor. A perfect 10 against Michigan this year and Nebraska last year. She had a 9.975 at the Big Fives. Here we go, Maya Hooten.
Sit back and enjoy. Full in. Switch side to straddle full, leap combination.
All eyes on Maya Hooten.
Front handspring, front full to a front pike. Perfect.
How lucky are we? Minnesota is going to set a new program record, and we were here for it on the Big Ten Network, Liv.
We have been waiting for this one for a long time, and it's not even over yet. Last pass, double tuck, she wants the stick. I swear, I'm manifesting perfection. I mean, my goodness, and the crown on her head, she knows. It was spectacular.
You are manifesting it, and guess what? She did stick it.
She stuck that landing, and already with a program record, she does this, just such an exclamation point. Already, check out the height, sees the ground. She almost can't smile. She was so excited in the moment.
It's got to be a 10, right? It's got to be a 10.
And it's a 10!
Maya Hooten!
Oh my gosh!
A 10 from Ramler earlier, and now Hooten with her third 10 of her career on the floor.
Oh my goodness, we are in the era of excellence. My gosh. They're waiting for the score. And they do it! I think they went 198.
198, that magical number. Of course, we told you Michigan's done it twice already this season, but Minnesota's done it tonight. Out of 24 scores tonight, Minnesota posted only 2 under 9.8, and they're in with a 198.025 and this 10.
I literally cannot speak right now as we're watching Maya Hooten just secure this for Minnesota. Rattler with the 10, Hooten with the 10, the team with a 198. I mean, it's magical right now. 198.025 program record.
In the middle of all of this, Iowa has put up a big score and has a chance, after we tally all their numbers, to also set a season high. Alexa Ebling exhibition for the Hawkeyes.
Talk about handling pressure. This is the perfect moment to practice what it's like competing in an arena that's very loud, as she does a nice job with that leap connection.
Iowa, by the way, 11 scores of 9-9 or better tonight. That's Minnesota, rather. 11 scores of 9-9, including the 2 10s, but Iowa's had some solid scores as well.
Nice front aerial from Alexa. Just the dismount. Gator Pike to a stuck landing. Way to handle some pressure. That's what championship season is like with all that noise.
That's a freshman from the state of Iowa, getting some major love from her teammates, as Iowa posted 6 scores of 9-9 or better tonight. That's pretty good as well, Liv. So Mallory Leneve exhibition for Minnesota, as the party is not over here in Gopherland.
This is a perfect exclamation point moment for her. Big double pike to open it up. Great landing. Switch side to Wolf full. Very nice. Second pass is a 1.5 to a front layout. Well done.
Everybody here tonight knows when they go home, they can remember tonight when Minnesota hung a 198.025 and threw up 2 10s.
Little chest down there for Mallory on the last pass, but at this point, competing on the floor with such energy in this moment is such a gift, and she delivered it perfectly.
Speaking of perfect, right before her, Maya Hooten with another perfect 10. So much amplitude on that last pass. Minnesota with a new program record, 198.025. And it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10 for Maya Hooten. We'll be back to wrap it up here in Minnesota. Get all the news and highlights from around the conference on The Big Show tonight at 11 Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Hey, Big Show, don't forget the 2 10s that Minnesota put up tonight. Get those on there, and then also a new program record for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 198.025. As the Golden Gophers make history, they post season highs on both the bars and the beam, as well as the overall program record. Number 1 in the country in the all-around, the super talented, super senior Lexi Ramler.
I am in awe every single day of Lexi Ramler. I just absolutely adore everything she does, all 4 events. She's so solid. She's a team player. She is just excellence, and the NCAA is lucky to have had her for another season.
On the beam, on the floor, Just amazing. Lexi Ramler wins her 5th individual title, and the bars beaming all around, and Lexi Ramler is with us now, the super senior. Let's start with the team, because I know you're about the team. A new program record in front of this rockin' crowd. How does that feel? 198.025.
Such an experience for sure. Oh my goodness. We really needed that to boost our confidence this year, and wow, we're so excited.
Lexi, another perfect 10 on beam. You are just a carbon copy each week. How do you feel about this perfect 10 going into the remainder of season?
I feel really good about it. Honestly, this 10 meant so much. It was really emotional to have it hit home in the PAV. It was a great night, and to just capitalize on finishing with that 198. Wow, what a night.
Sticking with team, Maya Hooten also with a 10, so you get to share those 10s with your teammate. How does that feel?
Yeah. Awesome. I'm almost speechless just with everything that happened tonight. Such a good night. Maya Hooten did amazing, so well deserved.
Lexi Ramler, brilliance. Congratulations on the program record as well for your team. Keep it going, and we'll see you in Columbus for the Big Ten Championships.
Thank you. We look forward to it.
Speaking of Maya Hooten, are you talking about power here or what, Olivia?
My goodness, Maya Hooten. She is just so spectacular. Landing that last pass, I've never seen her go that high in my life. Landing that last pass perfectly, her energy, her expression, she is seriously the full package.
And joining us now, somebody who lights up the camera like no other, Maya Hooten. Maya, here's the deal. People are still walking underneath you on that last pass. You were that high. Talk about sticking that final pass.
You know, I just heard the crowd, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I just found the landing and stuck it.
Maya, you were amazing your freshman year, but this year I feel like you've dialed it up 13 notches. What does this floor routine mean to you, and competing it in front of this crowd with numerous 10s this season?
It means everything to me. Right before I went, I heard the crowd screaming, and I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. It's so much fun out there. And I love the crowd. I love the fans.
We know you have so much fun on the floor. You also won the vault, a new career high on the vault with a 9.975. Talk about the start on the vault.
I just went in. I had a kind of a rough warm-up, so I was like, just forget about it. Let's focus. And I hit the table, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. So it was fun.
Maya Hooten, you are so much fun to watch. Congratulations, and we'll see you at Ohio State for the Big Ten Championships.
Thank you so much.
All right, Maya Hooten, what a performer, by the way, as well. Incredible. Great to be with all of you once again as Minnesota sets a new program record with a 198.025. A 10 from Ramler and a 10 from Hooten. For my All-American and Big Ten champion Olivia Karas, Jim Ressler, and our great gang, I'm Dean Linke. Don't forget 2 dual meets tomorrow. So long from Minneapolis. Thanks for being with us.